Hi, my name is Wyatt Groff and I'm the owner of Hammersmith, and you're watching another video on the Hammersmith DIY Products channel. Today I want to talk to you about how to use a hand rivet nut tool. So you might be asking, first of all, what is a rivet nut tool? Why would I need to be using it? Well, it's designed around balustrading. In particular, why balustrading? And why balustrading on metal posts? Not timber, metal. Some of these systems here, like System 8, System 2 and System 4 all revolve around these little nutserts. And the way these nutserts work is you drill a hole in your metal post, you put the nutsert in, and then using this tool it actually compresses the nutsert and grips on to the surface, inside surface or the wall thickness of the metal post. So whether you have a post which is 1 mil, 2 mil or 3 mil in thickness, this actually will compress and grip onto that surface. So then it holds in place, and into that you then can put various fittings, whether it's one of these little eye bolts here, or it might be one of these terminals. Whichever one you need, that's what the fitting is for. The rivet nut tool is what will actually allow it to be inserted into the post. So the rivet nut tool, when you purchase it, comes in this pretty little box, and within the box there's an instruction manual, like so. I've actually laminated it, but that gives you an idea what it is. And it gives you quite a lot of details about the setting up of the tool, and it's pretty important, the setting up of this tool. It can be problematic if it's not set up correctly. Let's put this to one side and grab one of the tools here that I've set up earlier. What we're going to do is grab a post which we've pre-drilled. So we've pre-drilled this with 10mm diameter holes, and that is the hole that you're going to use for these nutserts. So you're going to drill yourself a 10mm hole in your post. You're going to pop a nutsert in place like so. In fact, you can put it in there, or what you're going to do here, if you pull this out, hard to see here, but when you pull this, this is actually spinning. So you pull this like so, you put your nutsert on the end, and then you push it in. And when you do that, it actually draws it closer, and do that until it brings the nutsert right up to the edge here. Once you've done that, you're ready to go. You put your nutsert into the hole like so. Takes a little bit of force. Make sure you've got a nice alignment. You don't want to be wiggling it as you're trying to put it in. Get yourself a nice alignment and pull it in like that. Release it. Pull this out. And there it is. Ready to go in. Insert that like so. You can see that's not going anywhere. Okay, if you have a look at the end of the post here, you can get a better idea as to what I'm talking about. Hopefully you can see that the nutsert, this is what was put in there, is actually being compressed. And what happens is that pulls against the surface, the wall thickness here of the tube, which stops it from being pulled out. So I'm going to show you again how we do this, a bit more of a closer up shot. So once again, you can see here on the end, if you focus on that, see that turning as we pull it out? So what we do is we pull this all the way out, we pop the nutsert on the end here, and then we start pushing. I'm just going to use my stomach here, holding it in place, and we push that in. See the way the nutsert is drawing closer to the body of the unit? Once it reaches that, we've still got a little bit of play there, we've achieved what we need to do. As I said, we pop that in there like so. Keeping a nice center alignment, we squeeze this in. Releasing, pull this out. It's in place. So that's how the tool was used. There is some adjustment within this tool. This particular adjustment here is all to do with the amount of stroke. If you want to open that up and adjust that, you can create more stroke. If you bring it in the other way, you bring these handles together, you create less stroke. It's about getting a good amount. We don't recommend opening it right up, because then you're trying to pull this in like so, which you get a little bit of instability, but then at the same time you don't want it too close, because then you haven't actually got enough pull in this to get the compression you need. So just get that right and fiddle around with it a little bit first before you start using it. The other adjustment is this end here, and this will adjust the amount that it will also allow you to pull and where it'll pull up to. It's all probably a little bit confusing, I've got to admit, but the actual instructional manual is pretty good in this application. It gives you some good details. What I'd probably recommend you do is, when you purchase some of these products online from us, buy yourself some extra nutserts. And the reason I say that is, you may want to get a scrap bit of metal, fiddle around with this, get it right, test some things out. Once you've got it right, then it's ready to go and you haven't got any problems. What I probably wouldn't advise you to do is do your very first hole on your new post that's all ready to go, and then use it as your test run. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to use the rivet nut tool. You can watch more of these videos on our YouTube channels, Hammersmith DIY Products. You can also follow us on Facebook, which is also Hammersmith DIY Products. And more importantly, go to our website, hammersmith.com.au. This is Wyatt Groff, signing off.